Alan's got a backpack bigger than him, 3 spare camouflage and a biscuit tin. Dog called Scooby and a map half wrong, swears he'll get a National Geographic shot by dawn.
And this is normally how I start my photography, just walking through the woods with Scooby, keeping my ears out to listen for the birds. Most of my gear is very basic. I use a Sony A1 with the 100 to 400. It is nice, light, easy to walk around with. Well, as you can see, let's try and focus in a bit. On this tree there were a load of great tits running around. And this is a whole part of just walking with your camera and you can catch stuff. So less chatting and out with the camera. These are the photos I got. And with that, they have gone. And this is the enjoyment and frustration. 1 minute a whole tree is full of birds and you can see so many good photos, and the next minute gone. Well, shall we just carry on the walk and see what we get? I would like to give you a general idea of my camera settings. These are settings that I use and I've been used to using for many years. They won't suit everybody, but unlike some professionals, I am not manual mad. I use the camera's auto settings. One of the main ones is auto ISO. This is a great tool to use. You can just set the minimum and the highest level of ISO that you need, or will your camera produce a decent photograph. And then the same again for auto shutter speed. Give you the shutter that you can get, fastest you can get when you're using a fast moving bird like a red kite. You can try to go from 3000 to 4000, unless it's raining, dark, then you have to drop it down to something like 2000, but you will get some blur. Some of the times motion blur is useful, but too much, rubbish photo. Small birds like blue tits, great tits, 2000 will give you a decent shot. 4000 you freeze the action, but you also get grain in your photos. Of course, if you're using bigger animals such as deer, you can drop it down to 500, but something like a red squirrel, you have to go fast, back up to 3000, unless it keeps still, what they do quite often, and then you can drop it down. I won't be putting my settings on the photos because you're not in the same place as I am. Location, time, weather conditions, these all change the settings, so they don't really matter or mean anything. Next we have a lovely robin singing away on a nice side profile, and these are the photos I got from him.
Right, today's a bit different. We're after some of these young calves that have just been born in the last couple of weeks. As you can see, there and there. And you don't have to worry, Scooby is attached. He's not coming anywhere near the cows because we don't trust him. But I've got a few people who do a lot of craft stuff that need pictures of young Highland cattle and some rather good looking shots. Something like that. And lucky enough, I know this farmer has had these calves. He's on the internet a lot. Yeah, that little one on the bottom is called Hamish, and the other one's Elsa. But yes, they're very photogenic. And as this is a very dull day, we've got to keep the highest ISO and low shutter speed down to 500s. And these are the photos that I got. Right, this is one of my regular haunts. You can get some nice goosanders. But the main reason I come here, and I've been coming here for the last 3 years, is otters. And yes, I have spent many an hour looking for this elusive otter. Usually when I get home, I find somebody on Facebook saying it's been there for 2 hours, just after I left. So this is another joyful thing about wildlife.
Today we're at my local red kite feeding station. I can never get enough of these birds, the beauty, the colour. When they're coming down like this, it's best to just pick one bird and stick with it. Otherwise you just get overwhelmed by the speed of these birds. They come down at roughly about 150 miles an hour. Incredible. And if you're lucky, these are the photos you will get.